The US is also preparing to vote in about 5 months from now, and Donald Trump has never looked this bruised. The last few weeks have been terrible for the US president, so terrible that his path to re-election seems to have narrowed. He's suffering setbacks from all sides. The Wuhan virus is still spreading. America has recorded close to 1,200 deaths in the last 24 hours, more than 47,000 cases. The economic collapse is unlike anything in living memory. Racial disparities have divided people. There's an explosion of rage on the streets. There are tell-all books about the White House. There are reports of foreign meddling. And there are opinion polls which suggest that this election is already over and that Donald Trump may have already lost. The latest blow involves a country Trump was once obsessed with, Russia. It is being said that Russia paid the Taliban to kill American troops in Afghanistan. Donald Trump was apparently informed that Russia is paying to get American troops killed. But he did nothing to stop this or to punish Russia. These are explosive claims. The story was first reported on Friday. The New York Times carried several reports. One headline is on your screen. It says, U.S. intelligence officials have found evidence indicating that a unit of Russia's intelligence agency, GRU, had placed bounties on American troops. How did American officials come to this conclusion? The story mentions two reasons. One, interrogation of captured Afghan terrorists. They apparently revealed the assistance they got from Russia. And two, intercepted bank records which show large payments from the GRU, the Russian agency, to the Taliban. The conclusions drawn based on these findings have been supported by Afghan security forces and by some veterans of the Afghan war. So how many Americans were killed under this plot by Russia? That is not clear. But the report says that a car bomb attack in April 2019 is reportedly being investigated in connection with the alleged Russian effort. This report has opened a can of worms. More explosive claims followed, like this one. Allow me to quote. Donald Trump got written briefing in February on possible Russian bounties. A written briefing, it is being said, that the disclosure about Russian bounties was included 4 months ago in Trump's daily brief document. Did he happen to see it? Apparently not. The US president has denied coming across any such brief. He says that the story is fake. He's calling it another attempt to damage his image. For Trump, the secret source of New York Times does not exist. The White House press secretary is taking care of the rest.
Is the president prepared to
Kayleigh McEnany has said that not only does Trump read his intel, all his intel briefings, she says, but that he's the most informed man on earth when it comes to the threats that America faces. You have to listen to this.
The president does read, and he also consumes intelligence verbally. This president, I'll tell you, is the most informed person on planet Earth when it comes to the threats that we face. You have Ambassador O'Brien, who sees him in person twice a day, who sometimes takes the upwards of half a dozen calls with this president. He's constantly being informed and briefed on intelligence matters.
He is constantly being informed, and I'm sure he has been informed of the bipartisan calls for sanctions against Russia. The Democrats want Trump to act if the bounty reports are true. The news has reached Kremlin. It finally broke its silence today. Russia has rejected reports of them giving any money to the Taliban to kill American troops. Russia says this is a bunch of lies. It has also said a lot about the American media. Listen to this.
First of all, these statements are lies. Secondly, if in the United States special services are still answerable to the president, then I suggest focusing on President Trump's statement. He has already denied these reports. Third, we express regret at the American media, which in recent years has frequently descended to publishing hoaxes. This, of course, does not help them to keep their reputation and uphold the brand.
keep the reputation and uphold the brand. Moscow's statement may be aimed at the American media, but it rings true for Donald Trump as well. The Trump brand is facing its worst crisis ever. The commander-in-chief has proven to be a bad salesman for his own agenda. Some say he has committed political suicide by taking things too far. Donald Trump ignored this pandemic wholeheartedly. He did not think twice before calling protesters terrorists. He stoked racism and violence despite the growing disparities in the American society. In other words, Donald Trump remained on the wrong side of almost every issue in the last few months. And the result is this: the US president's disapproval rating is at a record high. Every opinion poll in America suggests that he may lose. Joe Biden is leading without doing anything at all. Trump is trailing by huge margins despite doing too much. Things do not look good for him. Trump's days in the White House could be numbered. It is being said that Donald Trump may have already conceded defeat. Reports say that Trump recently admitted privately that he was going to lose. He apparently made a rare acknowledgement of the challenge before him and said that Joe Biden could be the next president after all. Why? Because some people apparently don't love him. Classic Trump. So is it really all over for the US president? Is he set to suffer a historic trouncing? Not necessarily. 4 years back, opinion polls predicted that Hillary Clinton would be the 45th president of the United States of America. Trump was declared a loser at the very beginning. Well, we're witnessing something similar again. So let's not make the same mistake this time. Donald Trump may be down, but he's not out yet. A lot can change in these 5 months.